Welcome back to Lesbian Tales. Tonight, we're exploring our top 10 lesbian films currently streaming on Netflix, spanning romance, drama, comedy, and everything in between. From heartwarming love stories to powerful coming-of-age tales, these films put sapphic relationships front and center with authentic queer storytelling. Whether you're looking for a cozy night in or discovering new favorites, these films celebrate lesbian experiences across different genres and cultures. We hope you enjoy the following ranking. Let us know your favorite in the comments, and make sure to subscribe so you never miss a good movie again. Number 10. So My Grandma's a Lesbian.
So My Grandma's a Lesbian? Directed by Ángeles Reine. So, you think your family drama is complicated? Meet Ava, a Spanish lawyer living in Edinburgh who's about to marry into this super conservative, wealthy Scottish family. Everything's going perfectly according to plan until... Plot twist. Her 70-something Grandma Celia decides it's time to come out of the closet and marry her best friend Sophia. Talk about timing, right? Ava's wedding plans suddenly become this hilarious disaster as she tries to figure out how to break the news to her uptight future in-laws. Meanwhile, Grandma's just living her best authentic life, completely unbothered by the chaos she's unleashing. This Spanish romantic comedy is all about family, acceptance, and the beautiful messiness of love at any age. It's heartwarming, it's funny, and it'll make you want to call your grandma and tell her she's amazing. Plus, who doesn't love a good better late than never story?
Number 9. Duck Butter. Duck Butter, directed by Miguel Arteta. Duck Butter came out in 2018, and it's one of those indie films that feels super raw and real. Here's the premise. Two women meet at a party and decide to do this wild experiment. They're going to spend 24 hours together straight, no breaks. They have sex every hour on the hour to see if they can fast-track falling in love. Yeah, it's intense. The movie stars Laia Costa and Alia Shawkat, and their chemistry is everything. It's awkward, it's funny, it's uncomfortable in the best way. And yes, this is absolutely a lesbian romance film. The relationship between these two women is the entire focus of the story. Duck Butter gets real about intimacy, vulnerability, and what happens when you try to force a connection. It's messy, honest, and definitely not your typical romance. If you want something different and authentic, check this one out. Number 8. On Swift Horses.
On Swift Horses, directed by Daniel Minahan, is a romantic drama set in the 1950s based on Shannon Pufal's novel. The story follows Muriel, a young woman married to Lee, a Korean War veteran, as they start a new life in California. Lee's brother, Julius, arrives, disrupting their plans. Muriel, feeling trapped by societal expectations, explores a hidden side of herself through horse race gambling and forms a deep connection with her neighbor, Sandra. Meanwhile, Julius, a restless soul, moves to Las Vegas, where he works at a casino and builds a meaningful relationship with a man named Henry. The film explores themes of identity, love, and freedom as Muriel and Julius navigate their secret desires in a repressive era, finding courage to embrace their true selves.
Number 7. Loving Annabelle.
Loving Annabelle, directed by Catherine Brooks. Loving Annabelle from 2006. This is a classic in LGBTQ+ cinema, and yeah, it's definitely a lesbian romance. So here's the setup. Annabelle is this rebellious teen who gets sent to a Catholic boarding school. She's confident, she's charming, and she doesn't really follow the rules. Enter Simone, her poetry teacher. She's reserved, proper, and trying to keep everything professional. But Annabelle, she's not making that easy. The film explores forbidden attraction, the complications of power dynamics, and what happens when feelings cross boundaries they probably shouldn't. It's intense, emotional, and pretty controversial when it came out. This movie became a touchstone for a lot of queer viewers back in the day. It's got that forbidden love angle that makes everything feel more dramatic. If you're into character-driven romances with real tension and consequences, give this one a watch. Number 6, Fear Street.
Fear Street, Part 1, directed by Lee Janayak. All right, so imagine this. It's 1994, you're living in the most cursed town in America, and supernatural murders keep happening like clockwork. Our main character, Dina, is just trying to survive high school in Shadyside, the literal wrong side of the tracks, while nursing a broken heart over her ex-girlfriend, Sam, who moved to the perfect town next door. But when Sam gets marked by an ancient witch's curse, suddenly they're thrust into this nightmare where undead killers from different decades are hunting them down. It's got that perfect 90s nostalgia, grunge music, baggy clothes, the whole vibe, but mixed with genuinely creepy slasher horror. The chemistry between Dina and Sam gives the story real emotional stakes while they're fighting for survival. It's basically if Scream and Stranger Things had a queer baby, and honestly, it absolutely delivers on the scares and the heart. Number 5, Tell It to the Bees.
Tell It to the Bees, directed by Annabelle Jankel. Picture this, 1950s Scotland, where secrets are dangerous and love doesn't always follow the rules. When single mom Lydia and her young son Charlie move back to her hometown, they're barely scraping by. Enter Dr. Jean Markham, the town's mysterious female doctor, who becomes an unexpected lifeline for the struggling family. What starts as Charlie finding comfort in Jean's beehive garden slowly blooms into something deeper between the two women. But here's the thing about small towns in the 50s. They don't exactly roll out the welcome mat for relationships that challenge the status quo. Based on Fiona Shaw's novel, this beautifully crafted period drama explores the courage it takes to live authentically when the world isn't ready for your truth. With stunning cinematography and powerhouse performances, it's a tender story about finding love, acceptance, and chosen family in the most unexpected places. Sometimes the sweetest honey comes from the most protected hives.
Number 4, Elisa and Marcela.
Elisa and Marcela, directed by Isabel Quakeset. Picture this, Spain, 1901, when being yourself could literally ruin your life. This gorgeous black and white Netflix film tells the incredible true story of two women who refuse to let society dictate their love. Elisa and Marcela have been inseparable since childhood, but as adults in a deeply conservative world, their relationship faces impossible barriers. What makes this story absolutely wild? One of them decides to live as a man so they can legally marry. We're talking about the first recorded same-sex marriage in Spanish history, decades before anyone was even talking about LGBTQ+ rights. Director Isabel Quakeset captures their story with stunning visuals and raw emotion, showing how love can be both beautiful and dangerous. It's part historical drama, part love story, and completely captivating. These women literally rewrote the rules of their time, and their courage is honestly inspiring.
Number 3, The Half of It. The Half of It, directed by Alice Wu. So picture this. Ellie Chu is a shy, brilliant teen in a small town who's secretly crushing on Aster, the girl everyone wants. Then Paul, this sweet but totally clueless jock, asks her to write love letters to, yep, the same girl. Classic mess, right? What starts as a cash grab side hustle turns into something way deeper. Through these letters, Ellie gets to express everything she's been holding back, creating this beautiful connection with Aster. Except Aster thinks it's all coming from Paul. It's heartbreaking and real because Ellie's caught between helping someone else chase her dream girl and figuring out who she actually is. This modern Serrano story hits different. It's about friendship, identity, and that ache of wanting someone you can't have. The film captures those messy, confusing feelings of being young and queer in a place that doesn't quite get you. Tender, funny, and painfully relatable. Number 2. Portrait of a Lady on Fire. Portrait of a Lady on Fire, directed by Celine Sciamma, is basically the most gorgeous slow-burn romance you'll ever see. Set in 18th century Brittany, it follows Marianne, a painter who's commissioned to secretly paint a wedding portrait of Eloise, a young woman who refuses to pose. So Marianne has to study her subject during walks and meals, memorizing every detail. What starts as artistic observation becomes something much deeper as these two women develop an intense, unspoken connection. The whole thing unfolds with this incredible restraint and intimacy. No dramatic declarations or big romantic gestures, just stolen glances, subtle touches, and conversations that say everything without saying anything at all. Sciamma creates this dreamy, almost mythical atmosphere where time feels suspended and every moment between them becomes electric. It's art house cinema at its finest. Beautiful, patient, and absolutely devastating in the best way possible. Number 1. Carol. Carol, directed by Todd Haynes. Okay, so Carol came out in 2015, and it's absolutely stunning. This is peak period romance, set in 1950s New York. Here's the story. Therese is a young photographer working at a department store during the holiday rush. Then Carol walks in. She's this elegant, mysterious older woman, and there's an instant connection. Yes, this is definitely a lesbian romance, and it's beautifully done. The film captures that era when being queer meant hiding who you were. Every glance, every touch, it all matters so much more because of the risk. Cate Blanchett and Rooney Mara are incredible together. The chemistry is off the charts. And visually, every frame looks like a painting. This isn't your typical love story. It's slow, it's intimate, and it's deeply emotional. If you love character-driven dramas with gorgeous cinematography, Carol is essential viewing. Just bring tissues, seriously. Did we miss one of your favorites? Let us know in the comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell to be notified of new content. Thanks for watching.